Right, hello, welcome back to a new movie review. The movie I'm going to be doing today is actually a really recent one that came out within last month. Let's get into the review. So, The Accountant is a movie about this guy. He's got autism and he's an accountant, and it's played by Ben Affleck. He does a really good job in this movie, by the way, like a really good job. His performance is one of the best I've seen actually, and it's from this movie, so that's quite good. Can't wait to see him as Batman again, because he did a great job as Batman as well. This movie's also kind of about J.K. Simmons in a sense. I'll get onto that in a bit, because that's like one of my flaws of this movie, is that J.K. Simmons didn't need to be in this film. He's a great actor. He didn't need to be in this film at all. If it cut out, because this film's about 2 hours and 10 minutes long, if it cut J.K. Simmons out, 20 minutes or half an hour had been lost, and it would have just made this film better. So, first of all, I'm going to get onto the positives. The action was really good in this film. The directing was great. All the shots were great as well, and I like the fact that it didn't play it chronologically. It was kind of non-linear. I like when films do that. It always makes it 10 times better for me if I have to puzzle together what order they go in, and then people will be like, oh no, that went first. No, I like it like that. However, in the end, it does kind of say what order it goes in. I just like it when they don't explain to it. It's just a good method of directing that I like that type of stuff. The writing wasn't great in this film. It was good to a degree. I think the writing was good, it just could have been portrayed better. And this is where I'm going to go on about the bad type of stuff. I'm going to try and keep this review short, because the last one's quite long. So, basically, the film goes on. I actually didn't really know what was going on in this film, because it was so confusing. And then there's this one part where J.K. Simmons is just talking to this girl. He's just telling her all of the plot holes that you've had. He's just telling you the answer to all of them, and it's about a 20-minute scene of him talking about it, like his past experiences, who this guy is, who his dad was, why it happened, and it was all really quick. They didn't really cover it. They was like, oh yeah, this was his dad, this is why he did it, right, next one. And it would have been better if they would have not only went on it a bit longer, but also divided it across the film a bit more, rather than have it in all one section. So, the beginning of the third act could have been a bit better. It was fairly weak. And also, spoiler right here, if you haven't seen the film and you want to see it, I would recommend the film. But, I don't know, close your ears or whatever you want to do, just don't listen to this part. You find out that the assassin type guy is his brother, basically. It's his brother, and it was obvious. It was really obvious. I was watching it with my parents and my dad was like, that's his brother, and it was so obvious. We knew this from about an hour into the film that this guy was going to be his brother. It wasn't really, a big shock. Even when one of the guys says freaks, he looks up and he's like, obviously that kind of helped. That was kind of cool that he did that, and it was a little bit like, if you knew that he was the brother earlier on, because you figured it out, it was better if you knew that. Otherwise, it's just kind of like one of those things that you'll miss if you don't know. But yeah, that was quite obvious, that part, however. However, overall, the film was quite good, actually. It got a really, well, it didn't get a great score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 50% or something by critics, but it's about 82% as of now by audiences, which is always really cool to see that bit of diversity between the audiences and the critics. I agree more with the audiences than the critics, although I think the audiences have put it a little bit too high. Overall, I'd give it a B+, just because it wasn't the best film in the world. It did have poor writing in certain parts. It had a few pacing issues along the film. Ben Affleck did great, Anna Kendrick did great, J.K. Simmons did great, although he didn't need to be in this film. None of his story needed to be in this film. It was like the hero was chasing the hero, and that didn't really need to happen. If they didn't do it like they did in Fugitive, then just don't do it at all. Please don't do it. It just made this film a bit longer and a bit more unnecessary. Overall, this was a good film. It was enjoyable. The action was great in it, so I would recommend watching it, and I will see you guys in the next video.